So the MLB season has come and gone. We've crowned our World Series champion, and every single year I put in predictions for standings predictions and stuff like that, just to have fun with it. Today we'll be looking at those standings predictions. I have AL East, Central West, NL East, Central West playoff picture with the seedings, and then playoff predictions, World Series champions, which let's just say did not go well. Spoiler. But we can get right into it here. This was one of my better divisions, I want to say. Definitely should have flipped a couple teams around. I had the Red Sox winning the division with the Blue Jays finishing second, the Orioles finishing third, the Yankees finishing fourth, and the Rays finishing fifth. I did not get. I don't think I got anyone in this division right. The final results were Blue Jays, Yankees, Red Sox, Rays, and Orioles. So the Orioles finished last in that division. I was lower on the Orioles, and you guys will see I did not have them in the playoffs, so I felt good about that one. How the Blue Jays finishing second in the division, I did have them in the playoffs, which I was very proud of. But the AL East, I felt like I got two of the playoff teams right with the Red Sox and the Blue Jays. Did not have the Yankees in the playoffs, which that was maybe a little bit biased there for me, but hey, it is what it is. I think I predicted these after the Garrett Cole injury, so I did not expect the Yankees rotation to be as good, but they were pretty good. So didn't get anybody in that division right spot wise, but got the playoff teams right. We're going to ignore the typo there. I had the Cleveland Guardians winning the AL Central. Actually got the division winner right there. The Royals finishing second. The Twins finishing third. The Tigers finishing fourth. White Sox fifth. Got the White Sox right. Woo! That was an obvious one. That division ended up going Cleveland first. And then it was Detroit second. Kansas City third. Twins fourth. And White Sox fifth. I was way lower on the Tigers than a lot of people, and I was wrong. I was wrong about the Tigers being a team that would regress. And Scuba looked good this year. That offense looked way better than I thought it would look this year. But I did get the Guardians winning that division correct. So I feel good about that. Other than that, all I had to do was move the Tigers from 4 to 2 in those, and then bump everybody down, and those standings would have been perfect. So felt okay about it. I did have the Royals over the Twins. That's good. Did have the White Sox in last. So that's two teams. I got two teams so far out of the 10 perfectly right in their division, and that was the Guardians and the White Sox. To the AL West, and woof, this was not my best division. Actually, I got two teams right, and that was it. I had the Astros winning the division. I had the Rangers finishing second, which I don't know why I had the Rangers finishing second because I wasn't high on them. I had Seattle finishing third, the Athletics finishing fourth, the Angels finishing fifth. Got the Athletics in fourth, got the Angels in fifth. 4 teams out of the 15 correct in the American League. Woo. I thought Seattle was going to take a step down this year. They did not make any big offseason moves. I thought that if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And the Mariners weren't really getting any better. So that was something that really concerned me with that. The Astros took a step down this year, but the Astros were one of those. I was going to pick them to win the division until they proved to me otherwise. And they did prove to me otherwise this year. I don't know why I put the Rangers second in this division, even though they did finish third. They were 6 games behind the Astros, so they weren't particularly close. The Athletics finishing fourth was correct, and the Angels finishing fifth was correct, but I felt like those were kind of the obvious ones. So got 4 out of 15 spot on in the American League. To the NL East. Woof. I did not get anyone in this division right. The Braves finishing first, the Mets finishing second. Actually, the Mets did finish second in that division. I got them right. But you got to flip the Phillies and the Braves, not flip the Phillies and the Braves, because the Braves finished below the Marlins. Yes, the Braves finished 3 games below the Marlins. And then In last was the Nationals, which I don't know why I didn't pick the Nationals to finish last. I was super, super low on them. Actually, I think I was just lower on the Marlins because I thought their offense was going to be non-existent, and it was better than I thought it was going to be. They were the scrappy fish this year. So got the Mets right in second place. Other than that, not much in this division went right for me. The NL Central, I had the Reds winning the division, followed by the Brewers, followed by the Cubs, the Pirates, and the Cardinals. I thought the Cardinals were going to take a huge step down this year. They finished fourth in the division, so I had to flip the Pirates and the Cardinals there. And then I would just have to take the Reds and slot them below the Cubs and then move the other two up, and I was correct there. Did have the Reds in the playoffs, which was correct. But other than that, did not get anybody in this division correct. Brewers finished first. They didn't finish second. Cubs finished second. They didn't finish third. And then the NL West got the Dodgers in first place. It's the easiest one you could have predicted of them all. I had the Diamondbacks second, Padres third, Giants fourth, Rockies fifth. I was too high on the Diamondbacks. They ended up finishing 80 and 82. They were in third place in that division, fourth place in that division. They finished a game behind the Giants, and they finished 9 games below the 9 games worse, 10 games worse than the Padres. Got the Rockies in last place, so I got the two easiest teams in that division. But other than that, so I got 4 right in the American League, and I got 3 right in the National League for spot on the position they finished, which was the Mets, the Dodgers, and the Rockies. The playoff picture for me, I had the Dodgers as the number 1 seed. I had the Braves as the number 2 seed. I had the Reds as the number 3 seed. The Mets number 4. Diamondbacks number 5. Phillies number 6. The 1 seed was the Brewers. I had them missing the playoffs in general. The 2 seed was the Phillies. I had the Braves, so that wasn't the best. The Dodgers were the 3 seed. They were the worst division winner and went on to win the World Series with ease. Actually, not with these because they had to come back against the Blue Jays. I had the Mets as the 4 seed. That was the Cubbies. I had the Diamondbacks as the 5 seed. That was the Padres. And I had the Phillies as the 6 seed, and that was the Reds. I did have the Reds as the 3 seed. So overall, playoff teams, I did have the Dodgers. I did have the Reds. I did have the Phillies, just in the wrong order. So I had 3 of 6 correct for the playoff picture in the NL. In the AL, I had, this was not a good one for me. Red Sox, I had the Red Sox as the number 1 overall seed. They were the 5th seed. They were in the wild card. At least I got them. The Astros did not make the playoffs. They did not win the division. They did not get the 2 seed. The Guardians at the 3 seed. They were the 3 seed. So that was nice. Rangers as the 4 seed. Royals as the 5 seed. That just shows how low I thought of the American League when I was not high on either of those teams, and I picked them to make the playoffs. And then the Toronto Blue Jays as the 6 seed. Yes, I had the Toronto Blue Jays in the playoffs. Did not have them as the number 1 seed or winning their division. But I did say, and I did hype up the Blue Jays to be a playoff team last preseason. I would like to know how many other people went out there and told you that the Blue Jays were going to make the playoffs. The Blue Jays were the 1 seed. I had the Red Sox as the 1 seed. The 2 seed was the Mariners, not the Astros. So the ALS winner was the 2 seed there. Got the Guardians spot on there as the 3 seed. I had the Rangers as the 4 seed. That was the Yankees. I had the Royals as the 5 seed. That was the Royals, or the Red Sox. I had the Blue Jays as the 6 seed. That was the Tigers there. Oh, boy. So in the playoffs, I had the Mets beating the Diamondbacks and the Phillies beating the Reds in the wild card rounds. So I was right with the Reds getting bounced in the wild card. So that's one thing. I had the Dodgers over the Phillies in the NLCS or the NLDS. So that was spot on. I had the Dodgers as the 1 seed, not the 3 seed. And I had the Phillies as the 3 seed, or as the 6 seed, not the 3 seed, or the 2 seed, whatever. So I did not have the Phillies getting by, but I did have the Phillies over, or the Dodgers over the Phillies there. I had the Mets over the Braves. We're not even going to talk about that. And the Mets over the Dodgers. Yes, I was a biased piece of shit, and I picked my Mets to win the World Series. Kick rocks. I had the Royals over the Blue Jays in the playoffs there. I had the Rangers over the Royals, but then I had the Red Sox beating the Rangers, the Astros beating the Guardians, and then the Red Sox over the Astros. So I got nothing right in that American League playoff picture. And then the World Series, I had the Red Sox over the Mets over the Red Sox in 6. Yes, I was biased. Yes, I picked the Mets. Yes, the Dodgers were the obvious pick. They were the big time favorites to win the World Series again. But overall, just shows you how difficult projecting baseball is. And this is definitely something I will put out my projections next year as well. And guess what? A year from now, we'll do the same video and we'll look over how my projections went for the previous season. But let me know, how did you guys' projections do this season in the comment section below? What did you do better than me? Did you do worse than me? I don't know how you can do too much worse. I did have a couple of big, decent playoff team calls there with the Reds and the Blue Jays, but other than that, overall, it just wasn't a great year for my projections. But that's going to just about wrap it up for this one. I want to thank you guys as always for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.